What's going on, everyone? Alex da Silva, happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well, and welcome to another daily dose of happiness. Check me out. This is June. I'm wearing a jumper. What's that all about? I've got a hoodie on. Who says global warming is not real, huh? It's not fun. Not fun, but at least it's not raining today, which is nice. It's hump day. It's Wednesday. And how's your week been? How are you doing today? It would be interesting to know. Comment below. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your week's going so far. I woke up this morning and I am very proud and very grateful to celebrate 3 years clean and sober from my various forms of addiction. And it's a very grateful moment. It's a real amazing day. I've got to be honest. Every single year, something incredible has happened, and today has been no different. And it's amazing because the people who are in recovery who watches this, you'll understand, where I'm coming from. Where this journey is incredible, but it's hard. It's not easy. You have great days, you have some really crappy days too, and you've got some really awful ones, because I never forget the first day I came in, to my first 12-step meeting. And I walked in, it was in a church, and it freaked me out. I wasn't ready for it, and I resisted. I really did, and it was tough because I was feeling drained. I had given up effectively in my life. I wasn't really looking forward to anything anymore, and I just didn't really care. But something, we always say there's like a seed that gets planted in there, and the person who was speaking that day planted a couple of seeds, in my head, and I kind of came in and out. I wasn't really ready for it at that time. And I think my ego was still running, and I thought I could do everything by myself. I realized I had an issue with drugs, but I didn't think I was an alcoholic. I didn't think I had other issues around relationships and sex and food. And I thought I'll be okay. I'll do this on my own, which is typical. It doesn't matter whether it's around addiction or whether we're suffering emotionally. There is always that phase, I realize, even today, where I have the pleasure of speaking and working with individuals. When we are hitting that point of change, we go through I can do this by myself. And what I've realized, it's fear. It's fear of change, fear of failure, fear of another disappointment, fear of whatever may come up for you, and fear of just fear of what the hell is going to happen now. How's my life going to change? It can't get any better than this. It's not going to get any worse, or maybe it will. It's really hard to pinpoint, and it was a tough journey. But something inside me just said, what have you got to lose? And I realized nothing. I had nothing to lose. I'd pretty much lost everything anyway at that point. I had nothing else to lose other than my life, which I failed at that. I could even take my own life successfully. I laugh about it now, but, and it's true. And I'm so grateful for the fact that I didn't. And I realized the reason why I didn't is because I get to sit and tell the story, and hopefully give people motivation and inspiration that if you are sad, whether you have addiction or whether you're struggling emotionally, for me, the reason why I used drinks, drugs, sex, relationships, food is to numb the emotional pain, to numb the emotional suffering. And that was my coping mechanism. Some people use shopping, some people use cigarettes, some people use food, some people use, work. There is so many different ways. Some people use fitness to remove themselves away from the emotional suffering, the emotional pain or difficulty or something that's going on for them, or just escapism from up here. So sometimes we want to escape up here, and sometimes we want to run away from what's in our hearts, the emotional pain. And I didn't realize that. I didn't know that's what I was doing. You know, this all started as a bit of fun for me, and it became dependent. I became very dependent on it, and it can help. It can happen to anybody. You know, it really can. But I'm really grateful that today I get to celebrate another day, another year, and you know, another door that opens for me, another opportunity, another experience. And the message today is just don't ever give up. Don't ever give up in your life. You know, when you feel that, you know, it's just never going to change, that's when you're at that brink. That's when things will happen for you, but it will only happen if you keep moving forward. I've realized that in my personal life, you know, when I had to make that change, you know, I realized, and I had Lucy telling me, you know, I had people in recovery telling me, and, you know, and I had family, you know, just change. Like, you've got to change your ways. You've got to stop doing this. I lost friends and partners, and you know, and thankfully, you know, not my family, but you know, I was very close to. A lot of people were very close to just kind of shutting the door, and I did that by myself. You know, that's something that I caused. But I realized that I can change that. I realized that nothing in my past was ever going to change. But what I could do is I can have control of my future. And that's what I did. I took control. I took control and I listened. I shut up and I listened. I listened to the people that knew best. I listened to the people that had my best interest. I listened to the people that cared about me, that took me through the 12-step program. You know, I listened to the people that mentored me throughout that process. You know, I listened to the people who, even now, you know, who coach me, who inspire me, you know, to keep growing, not just within, you know, recovery, but life. You know, because I found, you know, we stick labels and everything, you know, and at first I was very uncomfortable with the word, you know, I'm an addict, and, you know, and I have a disease, and it made me feel uncomfortable because it made me feel like there was something wrong with me. And I realized, again, this is just my personal view, that none of those things are true. They're not bad things. For me, I see them as they've been my biggest gift. They've been my best experiences, because although they weren't positive experiences, today they are. You know, because of the things that I've been through, I'm able to channel that, to change the things that happened to me before, to be able to let go of them, to be able to process them, deal with them, let go of them, and then process those things into a positive way, turn them into things that can help other people. You know, and it talks about it in step 12, you know, where we're out there now to help others. And it's not just within recovery, it's also outside of that too. You know, so I took it one step further. I became a coach. You know, I studied mindfulness, meditation, you know, and I started to understand more about emotional intelligence, because that's something I've always been really interested in. And me being someone who is connected emotionally, I wanted to know more. How can I change what I'm feeling in here, and how can I change this? Most importantly, because if I change that into a positive, I then connect, you know, with my heart, with my soul, and I'm able to become a much better person. And it doesn't just happen like that, you know, it's daily work. Every single day I put my daily practices, which I've shared before. I do my prayer, I do my meditation, I do a gratitude list, you know, and I keep inventory, like a diary of my day, you know, things that I can improve, not to kind of beat myself up, but to see where my successes were and where I can continue to improve in my life. And these things are used in coaching, in therapy, you know, in various different ways. And it's incredible. You know, these things are absolutely amazing. And I'm grateful for the people who wrote the 12-step, and for the people who are coaches and therapists and mentors who are there to help other people, because we need more and more people like that inside recovery and outside. Because we all struggle. We're all human beings, you know, and we're not alone in this. So whatever you're going through, whatever you're struggling with, it's okay. It's okay. Keep going. Keep pushing forward, because you will get there. You know, I did. I'm not different from anybody. I don't have this special talent. All I did is I was willing. I was willing. I accepted that there was something I needed to change, and I did. And like an onion, I started peeling and peeling and peeling the sort of the layers back and back and back. And although it was uncomfortable at times, I became better, greater. Every single time, every single day it changed, you know, even through those uncomfortable times. And I hope you do too, and leave your comments, and as always, thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for sharing and just being part of this community and this little family that we're growing, because for me, the most important thing is to help somebody else. Somebody did it for me, so now I do it in turn. I do it within recovery and I do it outside too, because what a great way to be able to see somebody succeed. It's, for me, such a great feeling. It really gives me joy. It really gives me fulfillment, to be able to see the smile in someone's face when they finally get it, that they are worth it. They are better. They can improve. They can become, a better version of themselves. And I know that you can. I know that if you're listening to this, I know you can. You've watched the videos probably more than once, and you follow the videos every day. And every day I'll have something to say, and every day I will share this with you because it comes from the heart. And as I grow my journey, I hope you do too. And I hope that you comment, how you're growing and how you're developing. And let's share this, these messages, and be able to really help other people who need it as well, because sometimes people suffer in silence. I did for years, and I think we need to stop that now. And I think we need to be more aware that we as a collective, we all have our beautiful talent that we can share, and sometimes our suffering is our biggest talent. So have an amazing day, an amazing afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, be amazing, be fantastic, be absolutely phenomenal. You deserve this. Listen, I've done it. I do it every single day in my life. I made a decision to change, and I will continue to do that every single day. To my wife, the most beautiful woman in the world, saved my life. To my mentors, you know who you are, and to my friends who comment, who share, who are always part of this journey, to my kids who are just phenomenal. They're here for me. They're so proud of me, which makes me emotional. It's so beautiful to see, and to be able to do something back for them. For my parents and my friends, it's so beautiful to have people around me, the community I have around me now, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's recovery, whether it's through work, through the Happy as Larry family, the community we're growing. This is what I've always wanted, and this is what I go after. I surround myself with winners, and that's what somebody said to me. My first sponsor said to me, my first mentor, he said to me, surround yourself with winners, and this is where you will continue to succeed. And he was right. So thank you for the advice, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Take care.